Hierarchy of sentence. So, word, phrases, clauses, and sentences constitute what is called grammatical hierarchy of a sentence. So, if we look at the hierarchy of a sentence, we find that at the bottom of this hierarchy are words, right? So, how do we know that what is word and what is not word? Generally, we know it through the separation that we find there is a pause before and after the words. However, there are languages and there were languages in which there is no concept of space before and after the word. But when we look at English language, we find that a word is separated by space. So if we say that, if we look at are separated by space, we can easily say that there are 4 words on the basis of the space before and after the word. So after the word we have phrases. Phrases consist of one or more than one word. So it means that the lower rank forms the upper rank and the upper rank must have at least one of the lower rank. So when we come on to the clauses, so clauses consist of one or more than one phrase. So there must be one phrase at least to constitute a clause. And when we come on to the sentences, we find that sentences consist of one or more than one clause. So if we look at the hierarchy, we can find that the upper layer consists of at least one of the lower layer or lower rank. So if we look at this words, stop is a word. If we take it above the level of word, we get a phrase stop, because a phrase can consist of at least one word. We move above and we get a clause. So stop gets a clause, right? So we need a sentence. So what we do is we capitalize the first letter of the word stop and then punctuate it. So we get a clause. So it's a single word sentence, right? So this is the hierarchy in which we set up words. So we are now moving towards descriptive grammar. So this is how you will find things moving in descriptive grammar. Sentences are at the top of hierarchy, so they are the largest units. Words are at the lowest level, though again some grammarians are of the opinion that there is something below the word and there are morphemes or there is morphology. So, at the clausal level and the phrase level, 2 points should be noted. We have seen that phrase is lower in rank than the clause, but sometimes we find that there is a clause within the phrase. Although clauses are higher than phrases in the hierarchy, clauses can occur within the phrase, as the man who lives beside us is ill. The sentence is the man is ill. So this is the main sentence, right? In which we have a noun phrase, the man. This noun phrase has a subordinate clause, who lives beside us. So this is what we want to establish, that sometime a lower rank can have something of the upper rank. Here we have a relative clause, who lives beside us, within the NP. So clauses can occur within clauses and phrases can occur within phrases. So there can be one phrase that is the main phrase and it can have a subordinate phrase. Similarly, there can be one independent clause and then there can be dependent clause. So this is how sentences in English go, that phrase can have more than one phrase within them and clause can have more than clauses within them. And similarly, a phrase which is lower in rank from the clause can have clause as its subordinate modifier or in modification position. So this is generally the hierarchical scale of a sentence. That's at the bottom we have word, then we have phrase, then we have clause, and then we have sentence. At the top we have sentence.